Pontius Pilate. His name echoes through millennia, forever entwined with one of history's most pivotal moments, the Roman governor who sentenced Jesus Christ to death. But who was this man? History remembers him as a ruthless ruler, while the Bible paints a more nuanced portrait. Today, we delve into the life of Pontius Pilate, examining the evidence that confirms his existence and reveals the truth behind the legend. And we explore a lesser-known aspect of his story, the intriguing role of his wife, Claudia Procula, a woman revered as a saint in some Christian traditions. Our journey begins not in Jerusalem, but in the realm of historical record. Little is known of Pilate's early life. Some believe he was born into an equestrian family in Italy, and some legends claim Scotland as his birthplace. As history tells it, his story truly begins with his appointment as the Roman Prefect of Judea, a position he held from 26 to 36 AD. During the reign of Emperor Tiberius. This was no small task. Judea, a land simmering with religious and political tension, was a challenging province to govern. The Jewish people, yearning for freedom from Roman rule, viewed Pilate with suspicion. Roman historians like Philo of Alexandria, writing around 50 AD, depicted Pilate as a corrupt and ruthless leader, prone to, and I quote, briberies, insults, robberies, executions without trial, ceaseless and supremely grievous cruelty, end quote. Another historian, Flavius Josephus, born in Jerusalem the year Pilate left office, offers further insight. He describes a series of confrontations between Pilate and the Jewish people. One such incident involved Pilate taking gilded shields that he dedicated to the Emperor Tiberius and placing them in King Herod's former palace, which was a blatant disregard for Jewish customs that sparked widespread outrage. Josephus also recounts Pilate's controversial decision to use the temple treasury funds to build an aqueduct for Jerusalem. When met with protests, Pilate, demonstrating a chilling ruthlessness, ordered his soldiers to quell the dissent, which resulted in an absolute bloodbath. These historical accounts paint a picture of Pilate as a man accustomed to wielding power, often with disregard for the customs and beliefs of those he governed. It is against this backdrop of political and religious tension that the story of Jesus Christ intersects with the life of Pontius Pilate. The Gospels, while presenting a different perspective on Pilate's character, confirm his role as the judge in Jesus' trial. The Gospels describe the Sanhedrin, which was the Jewish council, arresting Jesus during Passover. They were threatened by his teachings and his claims of being the king of the Jews. Condemned by the Jewish elite, they brought Jesus before Pilate, demanding his execution for blasphemy. It's here the Gospels and historical accounts diverge in their portrayal of Pilate. While Josephus and Philo present a decisive and cruel leader, the Gospels depict Pilate as hesitant, even sympathetic to Jesus' plight. In the Gospel of Matthew, we are offered a glimpse of this inner struggle when Pilate's wife, Claudia Procula, sends a message to her husband, urging him to have nothing to do with Jesus, for she has suffered greatly in a dream because of him. Though her intervention is brief, Claudia's presence is significant. She emerges from the shadows of history as a woman of conscience, troubled by a premonition of injustice. This single verse in Matthew's Gospel, Matthew chapter 27, verse 19, has resonated through the centuries, elevating Claudia to a position of veneration within certain Christian traditions. The Greek Orthodox Church, for example, venerates Claudia Procula as a saint, commemorating her on November 9th. Legends abound, portraying her as a devout woman drawn to the teachings of Christ, even influencing her husband's eventual conversion to Christianity. While these stories are not part of the canonical Gospels, they speak to the enduring fascination with Claudia's role in this momentous event. Her story adds a layer of complexity and intrigue to Pilate's own, hinting at the spiritual undercurrents at play during Jesus' trial. For centuries, Pilate's existence was primarily attested to by historical accounts and biblical narratives. However, in 1961, a groundbreaking discovery solidified Pilate's place in history. During an excavation of an ancient Roman theater in Caesarea, a team led by Italian archaeologist Dr. Antonio Frova unearthed a remarkable artifact, a limestone block, now known as the Pilate Stone. The inscription on the stone, though fragmented, clearly reads, "To the divine Augusti, this Tiberium, Pontius Pilate, Prefect of Judea, has dedicated this." This discovery sent shockwaves through the archaeological and biblical scholarly communities. The Pilate Stone provided tangible, physical evidence of Pilate's existence, his title as Prefect of Judea, and his activity during the reign of Emperor Tiberius, perfectly aligning with the biblical timeline. But Pilate's legacy extends beyond historical artifacts and religious debate. In the Gospel of John, as he stands before Jesus, he utters a question that echoes through the ages. The scripture reads, "Then Pilate said to Jesus, 'So you are a king, are you?' Jesus answered, 'You say that I am a king. For this I was born, and for this I have come into the world, to bear witness to the truth. Everyone who is of the truth listens to my voice.' Pilate said to him, 'What is truth?' After saying this, he went back out to the Jews and told them, 'I find no guilt in him.'" John chapter 18, verses 37 and 38. So, what is truth? This simple yet profound inquiry resonates deeply in our modern world, a world awash in information, misinformation, and a constant struggle to discern fact from fiction. Is truth relative, or is it absolute? Pilate's question wasn't really an honest inquiry. We know this because he didn't wait for an answer. He only said it to justify himself. Pilate apparently went along with the idea that truth is relative. For him, it was truth that Jesus was innocent, but for the Jews, it was truth that Jesus was guilty. So Pilate, in all fairness, washed his hands and let the Jews follow their truth. The mob saw Jesus as worthy of crucifixion, and the mob's truth held sway. Of course, it wasn't really truth at all. Yet today, the will and beliefs of the majority, or the noisy minority, seem to be regarded as truth. The Bible takes a dim view of this mob morality. As the Apostle Paul writes in his letter to the Romans, "They suppress the truth in unrighteousness. They become futile in their thoughts, and their foolish hearts were darkened. Professing to be wise, they became fools, who exchanged the truth of God for a lie." Romans chapter 1, verses 18 through 32. Issues such as abortion and euthanasia, homosexuality, and war are often decided by mob rule. No outside or higher authority is recognized. Pilate's question, uttered amidst the drama of that fateful trial, pierces through time to confront us all. It's a stark reminder that the search for truth demands our constant dedication. And when we stand face to face with it, the choices we make reveal the very core of who we are. As Jesus himself declared, "You shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free." Yet, in our modern age, truth itself seems up for debate. Pilate's uncertainty becomes our own challenge to relentlessly pursue truth's clarity in a world of confusion, to hold fast to what is good, even when it's difficult, and to seek guidance not solely within ourselves, but from a source higher than our own understanding. Thanks for watching, and if you like this content, subscribe for more.